What is up, everyone? This is Omegabalmung here with a Dying Light first look video. Dying Light is made by Techland, of course, the guys who done the Dead Island games. So in a sense, it's very similar to Dead Island. It does have some RPG elements in it. It does have the first person melee type combats that Dead Island pretty much kind of ushered in the new generation here. And of course it has zombies, so there's a little bit of both, a little bit of everything from Dead Island put into Dying Light. It's kind of like Dead Island, how Dead Island is supposed to be, but with Dead Island being restricted to, I guess, a lot of the older consoles that couldn't really give it a go at it. But this is pretty much what Dead Island, to me, how Dead Island should have been, and I think it's a pretty fun game. You're looking at some pretty new little things that you can do in Dying Light that you can do in Dead Island, which is probably the biggest part is parkour stuff where you can climb over buildings, onto building rooftops and things like that. That to me is freaking awesome. At times it can be a little bit weird because it's in first person, so you might miss a few jumps and things like that. But I'm okay with that. Of course, there is some sort of survival things you have to do too. There is a lot of zombies, so it's not just, hey, let me go and chop all these zombies up because because I can. Technically you can, but at the same time, you do have durability on your weapons. They could break. So you have to kind of use them wisely. If you get into a fight with 1 or 2 zombies, it's okay. But you have 3 or 4 zombies, they can overwhelm you, and it does take them a while to die unless you have really strong weapons. So it's better to just avoid fighting and kind of sneak around. But if you want to, you can go in there. Like I say, the way it's placed, you can play whatever kind of style you want to. I suggest a kind of flee and fight kind of deal flee before you fight, because at times it can get a little bit overwhelming. Like, it's zombies, of course. So, other little things like that, you do level up in this game too. You do have 3 levels. You have your survival level, which is when you do quests and little things like that, you get EXP for that, and then once you level up, you get a point for it, and you can spend points on whatever one you want to do. Also, you have your parkour level, which of course, if you level it up, it gives you more skills and more ways to climb buildings. You can climb with buildings faster. You have more stamina. I think that's in parkour. Maybe that's in survival. But other little things like that. And then you do have your weapons, your fighting level, I guess. Of course, that gives you more weapons you can use, more ways you can use weapons, and other little things like that. More stamina when you're fighting. So you pretty much become a little stronger at fighting. And to get you really gain those levels, it's kind of weird. It's not like where Dead Island is. If you kill monsters, you get EXP, or you do little things like that. Like I said, survival is pretty much you level that up by doing quests and little things like that you find throughout the whole city. You have parkour. Is every time you do some parkour moves where you jump on buildings, climb on buildings, and things like that, you get little small EXP amounts for that. So every time you climb a building, you might get like 15 or 20 EXP, and then you keep climbing, you get more and more and more things like that. So that's how you level the parkour level up. For the fighting levels, you have to actually just use You use weapons, you bash on the zombies, and you get EXP. For that. So that's how you level those little things up. That's pretty cool. I like it like that, that way. It's kind of weird how you have to do a little bit of both. I mean, sometimes it goes lacking. I did have a few times where my fighting level was like almost 2 levels behind because I tend to just run away and just climb up buildings. But when you get to co-op, that's where you gain a little bit of both. Talking about co-op, I think this game is fantastic in co-op. In solo, it's a little freaky because you're there by yourself. you get some eerie type of music, and sometimes you hear this music that does some zombie noises, and you're like, "Oh, where's the zombie?" I hate that. I hate the little song, or not song, but I guess little ambient noise where it's just like, and it's like, "Oh my gosh, it's a zombie," but it's not. It's just part of the music or part of the sound, and that freaks me out. Even playing co-op does that too. But anyways, co-op for me, I love it. I think that's where the game is I think that's where the game is fun. Just like in Dead Island, you can play solo. You do have to be a little bit slower at things. You kind of have to watch out what you're doing because zombies can overwhelm you, like I said. But when you play in co-op, you can pretty much just balls out and do everything. You can run around, jumping on each other, and jumping off of each other, and things like that. It's just fun. When you're fighting against zombies, it's not as bad if you're doing it solo, because it's just cool. Like I said, you do get EXP after every kill or ever things like that. So then you do get mission EXP for both of you guys, and you guys do level up. So, and that's pretty cool. I think you can play 4-player co-op online. So far, I've been playing with my brother, so we've been trucking along with just the two of us, and I think that's pretty fun too. I mean, just 2 people is pretty cool. I think with 4 people, it's probably even going to be better. I don't know if you have more people in your game, does it get harder? I'm not sure about that, but like I said, it's a fun game. That's all I can really say about the game, because I haven't played it too much. I played maybe 4 or 5 hours of it, so I'm still chucking along. But there are problem things that I really do kind of annoy. It does annoy me a little bit in the game. The game is pretty much just fetch quests. Oh yeah, go get me something. Go get me to that location on the map. Go grab it for me. Oh yeah, you gotta go over here to do something, and then turn on lights and things like that. It's very simple, which is kind of sucks. There are a few little small, different quests that you're willing to take. But other than that, it's simple. It's like, give me this, okay? I go over there, I bring it back to them. Oh yeah, I need you to go grab something else for me. So it's similar to like that. Other little things like that, it bothers me a bit, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. What else can I talk? Oh yeah, there is the difference between days or during the daytime, nighttime. When it's day outside, there's lights outside, the zombies are pretty much zombies. You do have a few runners there, here and there. They're pretty rare. I haven't really seen too much of them. I encountered maybe 4 or 5 of them, and one of them was during a quest or a mission, a story mission, or actually a side quest. And a few of them I kind of just ran upon, and they're like, oh, well, they're chasing me. You can just run away. And they usually don't chase you too far, but they're pretty fast. And they can climb buildings and things like that and follow you. Then once nighttime rolls by, and you actually get a warning from that. It comes out on the radio that said, "Oh, it's nighttime. Runners, be safe." And then, boom. It becomes super dark. So, and when it's dark like that, I tend to avoid it. There is a story mission where they kind of throw you in there, so they kind of make it, oh hey, this is the darkness, and this is what's going to happen in darkness. And that mission, if you've seen the trailer for that, or the gameplay for that from like a few years, like a year ago maybe, when they first announced the game and they showed it off, that is the same one. So it's not as freaky as it thought it would be, but my brother and I were doing it, and we just like, we're not doing what they were doing in the trailer. We're just going effing run it. We just took off, and it was funny. It was just like all these zombies chasing us, and we kind of like split ourselves up, and we actually got to the tower at the same time. So it was kind of cool. I think that's the coolest part about co-op for me, is that you could pretty much take off wherever you want to do, and then come back together to meet up. When you do story missions, you kind of have to be there together, so to advance. But anyways, to me, the game is freaking awesome. It's worth the money you buy it at. If you do play it solo, like I said, it's still pretty cool. It's kind of creepy at times. I kind of like stop playing it as solo. But if you play it in co-op with 2, 3, or 4 people, it's pretty fun. It's to me, that's how Dead Island should have been. And Dead Island is kind of like that too, where if you play with more people, the better it is. So, anyways, hopefully you guys got a quick look at not Dead Island, Dying Light. Like I said, the game itself is pretty fun. It's only actually for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. I remember the rights. I think this was the developer that said they canceled the PS3 and Xbox 360 version because they were just trying to focus on the current gen stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll see everybody next time.